Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, November 16th. We have all you need to know about the cancellation of the planned Center for Racial Justice and questions by faculty on President Bendapudi's leadership capabilities.
We also have more details on congressional results from midterm elections, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cameron Lobley.
And I'm Jessica Heisey.
Penn State President Bendapudi recently took time to address a major concern of university students and faculty. She spoke about the controversial cancellation of plans for a new Center for Racial Justice back in October. Bendapudi discussed the cancellation at a recent Board of Trustees meeting, where she said that she wants to be held accountable for the decision. She said that she hopes her work going forward will show her commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion at Penn State. The cancellation was said to have been just one result of a tightened budget for the university this year, something that's also influenced a strategic hiring freeze that's set to continue until the summer of 2023.
Hundreds of Penn State employees are currently questioning university leadership. Spotlight PA reports that this fallout comes from two high-profile decisions. First, the cancellation of the planned Center for Racial Justice, which was announced just 2 days after the decision not to cancel the Proud Boys event. However, that decision was then reversed due to the threat of escalating violence. Over 400 professors and lecturers have signed on to a letter questioning President Bendapudi's commitment to racial justice. The Center for Racial Justice was a key commitment in 2020, but a $127 million deficit last fiscal year limited the university's budget for the center.
Drivers making their way into Bellefonte might need to keep an eye on which roads they're taking into town. Earlier this week, South Water Street closed off its northbound lane after a wall collapsed onto the road. South Water is along one of the more direct routes between Bellefonte and State College. If you're still planning on making use of that open southbound lane, well, just know it's probably not your quickest option. Local police are warning drivers that while the extra lane is closed off, traffic congestion can be expected. They're also encouraging large commercial vehicles to avoid downtown Bellefonte if possible. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation is currently reviewing options to fix and reopen the street.
A pedestrian was hit and killed by an SUV on Friday evening along Port Matilda Highway. Joseph Mays of Phillipsburg was hit while walking eastbound along Route 322. Conditions were dark and rainy, and police troopers say the driver of the vehicle did not see Mays until after. Occupants of the vehicle performed CPR. Police and the EMS also performed CPR, but the 56-year-old was declared dead at the scene. Route 322 was closed Friday evening until 9 p.m. State College saw its first snowfall of the year yesterday. Can we expect more this week? Connor Friedhoff with Campus Weather Service has more details in tonight's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
And a good evening to you. I'm Penn State Campus Weather Service meteorologist Connor Friedhoff here with the PSN forecast. Beaver Stadium looking awfully cloudy today, 36 degrees, but feels a little bit more chilly than that, going all the way down to 26 because of these wind gusts already up to 15 miles per hour. It is quite windy out there today, bringing a fairly significant chill to the region. Visibility, however, is good. In the west, in the northern Alleghenies and in the Laurel Highlands, we're seeing temperatures dip down into the low and mid 30s, but over in the Susquehanna Valley, places like Williamsport and Harrisburg, they're up into the 40s around today. And the temperature pattern pretty much follows suit throughout the rest of the state. Colder in the west, warmer in the east. You see those 40s, maybe even a little bit of 50s in some areas near the New Jersey border, but places in the western side are seeing those mid to, in some places, upper 30s. Take a look at the wind pattern around Erie. They're going to be experiencing a lake effect snow event later today, so there's already seeing the wind pick up in areas over there. You can see that precipitation already affecting places in Erie in the southern tier of New York, all that lake effect precipitation coming off, moving eastward. We do have some light snow showers here and there in places around State College, Johnstown and Pittsburgh, Franklin as well. The eastern side, not too much to worry about in terms of snow. It's a bit too warm in places, but just a few light flurries here and there are defining this evening. Much of that in part due to a low pressure system over Canada, bringing a lot of snow, of course, from lake effect in places like Wisconsin, the upper peninsula of Michigan, and the lower peninsula of Michigan as well, excuse me. And we do have some snow in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, so that it's cold enough, of course, to have some snow there as well. Looking into the future, there's that lake effect snow coming in and really putting a number on Erie, but also Crawford and Warren counties are expected to get that as well. Buffalo is the main epicenter. It's kind of blocked there by the banner, but they'll be getting the most of it. But a few snow showers here and there, especially here along the Laurel Ridge, to see some moisture hit the mountains. We could see up to an accumulation of an inch there. We just have a few flurries here and there, rounding out Thursday and into Friday, as some clouds move over the plateau and into the ridge and valley. Mainly cloudy on Friday. That trend is going to continue into the weekend. But in terms of accumulation, Erie is expected to see quite a bit of snow, up to 6 inches in spots. You can see some of these pinks here. That's where they have that heavy precipitation, usually 4 or more inches in places like Crawford and Warren County, a little bit there in McKean County as well, and just a few inches on the outskirts there. Bradford not going to get 0. They're going to get probably around 4 inches of snow based on what the model is saying. Around 2 in Franklin and DuBois. And of course down there in Johnstown, mainly moisture hitting the Laurel Ridge is going to give them some more snow. It's been windy today, and that has defined the day. In terms of the main weather source, just windy and cloudy has pretty much been today, with a little bit of flurries here and there in State College. 15 miles per hour wind in State College and Harrisburg. Philadelphia as well. Seeing some stuff in the teens there in Franklin and Johnstown as well. It's 10 miles per hour right now in Erie. They're about to get a lot of snow. So winter weather alerts, a lot to talk about here. So in these purple here in Somerset County, Crawford County, and Warren County, there's a winter weather advisory, so just expect some wintry-like conditions, snow, wind, possibly blustery conditions. However, in this dark green in Erie, that is a lake effect snow warning. That is in effect until tomorrow, Thursday at 10 p.m. Lake effect-like conditions, so when you have a warning like this, basically what to expect is to very low visibility in terms of seeing in front of you, so driving is going to be very treacherous, but also we have, of course, the threat of snow, wind, basically very blustery, almost blizzard-like conditions that you get mainly coming from a lake effect system. So a lot of snowfall in very a small place. It's going to be very localized in terms of accumulation, as is with many of these events, especially up there in Erie. But tonight in our area, 27 degrees is going to bring that temperature down thanks to the wind gusts of up to 20 miles per hour. All that's going to be coming out of the west. Tomorrow, the trend continues, mainly cloudy, 36 degrees, but expect that feels like temperature to go down possibly below 30 because of how much wind we're getting. 10 to 15 regularly, but 25 it could gust to as high as that tomorrow. And for the 7-day, the trend does continue into the weekend. Chilly in terms of conditions, lower temperatures below average still for this time of year. We get down into the 30s into the weekend as we still see those mainly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sun here and there. Those lows getting down into the teens. But as we get into next week, we have some brief moments of sunshine before the clouds return on Wednesday, but the temperatures will return up to about the 40s, still slightly below average for this region for this time of year. That's all for the forecast today. Thank you for watching from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. I'm meteorologist Connor Fraudoff, wishing you a wonderful day.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm AJ Sisson with your sports update. Coach Micah Shrewsbury is leading the men's basketball team to new heights as they continue their undefeated start to the 2022-23 season. The Nittany Lions beat the Butler Bulldogs 68-62 on Monday night. With an offense that was averaging 90 points in their first 2 contests, the Nittany Lions defense needed to step up and did. The blue and white allowed just 34.3% of Butler's shots to fall and out-rebounded them 40-36. Senior Jalen Pickett recorded Penn State's second triple-double in program history, first completed by Calvin Booth in the 1998 NIT tournament against the University of Dayton. Men's hoops will play their first away game this season in the Charleston Classic beginning Thursday at 11:30 a.m. against Furman University. Well, for the first time since 2007, the number 4 Nittany Lions field hockey team is moving on to the NCAA semifinals. They're set to face the number 1 seeded North Carolina Tar Heels this Friday at 12 p.m. in Storrs, Connecticut. The undefeated Tar Heels will appear in the program's 26th Final Four. The team is led by senior Erin Matson, who had her 13th career hat trick against St. Joseph's on Sunday. However, the Lions are threatening to upset the Tar Heels after shutting out Louisville 5-0 and UAlbany 1-0 in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. Should the Lions hand North Carolina their first loss this season, they'll take on the winner of number 3 Maryland and number 2 Northwestern. The NCAA title game will be this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. at the University of Connecticut. And then there were none. The Washington Commanders entered Lincoln Financial Field on Monday night as double-digit underdogs, but handed the Philadelphia Eagles their first loss of the season in a 32-21 contest. Prior to the game, the Birds hoisted the best turnover differential in the league at +15, but lost the turnover battle with 4 against Washington. A key interception by Derek Forrest on a throw from Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown led to a touchdown drive for the Commanders to give them a 17-14 lead late in the second quarter. And they never looked back. For the Eagles, down 21-26 in the last play of the game, they fumbled the ball on a desperation play, allowing for a scoop and score that put the nail in the coffin on their hopes for a perfect season. Philadelphia falls to 8-1 as Washington improves to 500 on the year at 5-5. Well, that's all for your sports update. After the break, Anna Meyer has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Anna Meyer with your entertainment update. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas here in Happy Valley. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., State College will be hosting their annual Light Up Downtown event. Enhanced lights, festive walking, and trolley tours and delicious takeout will all be featured. This colorful event will be in multiple locations throughout downtown. From MLK Plaza to Allen Street to Locust Lane, this event will be the perfect way to get in the holiday spirit, and most importantly, knock out all of your shopping before it's too late. Calling all poetry lovers, we may just have the perfect event for you. On November 20th at 1 p.m., the Art Alliance of Central Pennsylvania will be hosting a poetry reading event. Writers will get the chance to showcase their work to family members, friends, and State College locals, all while having a backdrop of the show abstraction theme. This event will run until 3 p.m. and is coming up soon, so if you're interested, start perfecting your pieces now. Back on campus, the Hub Robinson Center currently features the artistic work of Andrew Castaneda in the exhibition titled Premiere. Field reporter Shannon Tanskos has more details. Take a look.
The Hub Ropes and Galleries have presented Andrew Castaneda's exhibition Premiere since the summer of 2022. In a place of the Hub where students may not notice the artwork, the ARC Studio piece is a hidden gem of Penn State. It draws inspiration from childhood and the spectrum of what an audience sees on TV. This exhibit mirrors the structure of a day in television programming through paintings and photos. It is open until January 29, 2023 in Art Alley in the Hub. Hub Gallery assistant Rachel Kickline says that the theme of the exhibit is to try not to grow up too fast and take life as it comes at you.
I feel like it's the idea of, like, don't grow up too fast, you know? Kind of let yourself be imaginative, let yourself have fun with things and think about the possibilities and, like, you know, does Loch Ness Monster exist? I don't know. Like, is, like, your teddy bear, like, that you had as a kid, like, do they have thoughts? Do they have feelings? Like, do you still even have your teddy bear, like, from when you were a kid sort of thing? Like, I do. But, you know, things like that, just, like, everyone always wants to grow up so fast, and so it's the idea of being able to put you back into that moment where you don't have to grow up so fast. You know, you can still have fun.
For PSN News, I'm Shannon Tanzo.
The Hub Robinson Galleries are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. Now, maybe Dancing with the Stars, but it won't be Dancing with Len Goodman anymore. Head judge for the show, Len Goodman, announced that he'll be leaving the dance competition series after 17 years. He's been a part of the show since 2005 and says he wants to leave in order to dedicate more time to his grandchildren and family back home in Britain. Goodman will leave behind Derek Hoff, Bruno Tonioli, and Carrie Ann Anaba at the judge's desk. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Emma Goldkoff will be speaking to Student Sustainability Coordinator intern Molly Golden. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Goldkoff, and here with me tonight is Molly Golden, a Student Sustainability Coordinating Intern. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, Molly.
Thank you for having me.
So to get us started tonight, can you tell me a little bit about what the Sustainability Institute is and how it works together with other programs at Penn State?
Yeah, the Sustainability Institute sort of coordinates all of the sustainability efforts here at Penn State and on campus. So we work together with students and staff to make things possible.
And what exactly does sustainability mean to you?
To me, sustainability means everyone being aware of their impact on the environment and trying to do their part. And it's a lot more than just recycling.
And what is your role as the Student Sustainability Intern?
So I was mainly hired to coordinate the Sustainability Showcase series, but I've also had the opportunity to do a lot of other cool projects, like facilitating a recycling initiative after home football games during cleanup.
Yeah, and what is the Showcase series that you're speaking about?
The Showcase series sort of introduces different sustainability ideas to students and staff and tries to encourage them to find something that they're passionate about within sustainability so that they can connect more to it and really do their part.
And do you guys hold any events for students around campus or other opportunities like that for people to get more involved?
Yeah, definitely. There are different films that we show as well as the Showcase series, and Eco-Reps are throw events that are hosted through the Sustainability Institute, and Eco-Reps have a lot of events going on all the time.
Awesome. And how can we as students create more sustainable living?
So students can definitely be more aware of single-use materials that they use, whether that's using a reusable water bottle or a PS reuse container instead of styrofoam, just really being conscious of their consumption.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight, Molly. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Next up, Cameron and Jessica will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.
The National Transportation Safety Board continued investigations today into Saturday's deadly crash with the wings over Dallas Air Show in Texas. The incident occurred when a vintage bomber and fighter plane collided midair, sending wreckage to the ground in a ball of flames. Officials have been recovering the debris and moving it to a secure location for further investigation. The crash left 6 crew members dead, including Craig Hutain, who was piloting the smaller of the 2 planes. Dallas aviation attorney Kent Krause said the crash appeared to him to be the result of pilot error, but cautioned that the investigation is still in its early stages. The NTSB said that it will likely be another month before a preliminary report is issued.
President Joe Biden, along with the leaders of Japan and South Korea, vowed a unified response on Sunday to North Korea's threatening nuclear and ballistic missile programs. A display of aggression is evident from North Korea as they have fired dozens of missiles in recent weeks. One launch was an intercontinental ballistic missile, which is primarily designed for nuclear weapon delivery. This launch triggered evacuation alerts in northern Japan. Biden says he's hoping to get Xi Jinping to use China's sway over North Korea to stop its aggressive behavior.
Democrats celebrated this Sunday after managing to retain control of the U.S. Senate. The results not only defied history and expectations, but also Republicans' hopes for a, quote, red wave in the midterm elections. Control was clinched over the weekend by Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, giving the Dems the 50 seats needed for control alongside Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Democrats are now looking to Georgia, where a runoff victory in the state could give them an outright majority in the Senate. Control of the House, on the other hand, has fallen into the hands of the Republicans as of recent, as the party has gained the 218 seats needed for full majority control. It's not yet determined just how slim this majority will be.
After John Fetterman's 4.4 percentage point victory over Mehmet Oz, Democrats are attributing his win to success in red counties that are dominated by white working-class voters. Senator Bob Casey said that Fetterman showed that a Democrat win in a battleground state could also run through rural Republican regions. Fetterman campaigned for more than a year in the rural counties before his stroke. In 67 counties, Fetterman's vote share in the Senate race exceeded that of Joe Biden in the 2020 election. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.